Welcome to Heroes and Droids, your guide to movies and TV shows about superheroes, sci-fi, Disney, and action. From Marvel to DC, from Star Wars to Star Trek, from James Bond to the Fast and Furious. We will review the theatrical films, easy for me to say, and streaming delights you care about most. Happy New Year. And I sound like Foster Brooks. Only certain people know who that is.
Wow.
That's a deep cut.
That's a
Nowadays.
really deep cut.
But Happy New Year, and we're excited to jump into the topic for tonight, which is the most anticipated pop culture films of 2022. All the superheroes and Disney and action, and I just said it. That's what we're doing. So I'm your host, Doc
And
Rodden.
TV stuff.
Yeah, well, we could do TV stuff too. Yes.
Yeah, that could be its own episode.
It absolutely could. I'm your host, Doc Rodden. Joining me tonight are Christopher Slattery, the SLATTMAN. How you doing, sir?
Fantastic. I cannot wait to talk about these movies that I really hope we get to talk about again this year.
Stop! Yes, of course we get to see.
Well, okay.
You mean that they're actually good enough to talk about, not that they actually make it to the theaters, right?
Both.
Both of them. All right. Also joining us is award-winning filmmaker Christopher Jr. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. I'm anticipating what we're going to talk about.
Yes. You nutburger. All right. So what we're going to do is each of us are going to go through our top 10 most anticipated. We'll rattle through the list, and then we'll chat about each list and kind of celebrate what we're looking forward to. That's what we're doing. We're just going to name as many films as we can. And then we might even throw some honorable mentions in there. Who knows?
I know yours.
Yeah, mine's right out there. So we hope you enjoy this, and let us know if you'd like to see more of these types of podcasts in the future, where we just countdowns of tops or most anticipated kind of things. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe and share with a friend. Any of those things are free and to do, and they will help us out greatly. And we thank you. Of course, leave us your comments down below and the films that we missed. And of course, everything is subject to change because these movies could get delayed. There's a couple of them on here that are subject to that.
There's a couple on my list I'm not sure
probably
will come out this year.
But
unfortunately,
at the time we're recording this, the first week or so of January, these films are scheduled to come out. Every year we do these here or on Horror News Radio, and there's been films that have been on multiple countdowns. New Mutants, anybody? All right, let's get into this. You know what, Slatman? We're going to start off with you. What 10 films are you most anticipating?
You want me to just count down from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
10 to 1, sir.
All right, number 10. I got the Super Mario Brothers movie that is slated for December 2022, and that one is the one that I don't think will come out this year, but if it does, holy crap, I love Mario. Yes. I have NES stuff, I have Mario stuff everywhere. Love it. Number 9, the Batman. Number 8, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Number 7, Sonic 2.
Surprising.
Yeah, I thought it would be higher. Number 6, Jurassic World Dominion. Love that series. Number 5, Turning Red.
Nice.
Number 4, Lightyear.
Wow, that's high.
Yeah, I love Toy Story. This one I don't think is on either of your lists, but it is a series that is near and dear to my heart. Number 3, the Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Number 2 is Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and number 1 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yes, I like this list. A number of these did not make it on my list, the animated ones, outside of maybe one. Super Mario Brothers, I wasn't confident enough that it was going to come out this year, so I didn't even consider it.
It's my New Mutants.
It is. But are we happy about the casting of the voice? Has anybody
75% of it. So a lot of the casting is actually shockingly like good. Like
Mhm.
Seth Rogen, I think Seth Rogen is gonna be supposed to be Donkey Kong, right?
Oh, okay.
I think, or
that,
Wario. I don't remember. I don't have it up on in right now, but like Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, um, uh, like Seth Rogen. A lot of these are really good, like actors that have really good voices, and hopefully they translate well to voice acting.
yeah, you're right. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong and Jack Black is Bowser. Yeah, wow. I thought it was the other way around. Charlie Day is Luigi. That's probably the perfect one. That's what you said.
I don't remember.
But what about Chris Pratt, Christopher G. Moore? Are you looking forward to Chris Pratt being Mario?
No.
It seems weird. I think that's
It
a weird
seems weird, and I mean the guy who does the voice, who's done the voice forever, you know. I mean, granted he can't play it the live action, but you're gonna do it. Supposedly, Chris Pratt's gonna do his own little version, and they're gonna make some joke about it in the movie about how, I guess we see him talking. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this. I think well, yeah, I guess they're animated characters, so
they're animated.
What am I thinking?
Yeah,
They're animated characters, so they could have used the actual guy's voice.
The
So,
the
I don't
one
know.
the one thing that it's got going for it is that it's made by the Illumination, which is the studio behind Minions, and the one thing and Despicable Me, and they do a decent job with comedic action in those movies.
Mhm.
So, at the very least, it'll be a looker.
I'm definitely going to go see it. That's for sure. I can't not see that one.
Let's just say there's a reason it's number 10 and not higher.
Nah. Christopher, anything else about this list?
I think he's got some good stuff in there. I mean, I some things I'm not as excited about. I'm kind of over the whole Jurassic Park stuff. So, but,
You are indeed, sir.
It's okay. A lot of people are.
Yeah, but a lot of
I'm
people
not
aren't
yet.
All right. Well, Christopher G. Moore, what is your top 10 most anticipated films of 2022?
Let's see. My writing's weird.
It's written in Klingon.
This is a weird one, but my number 10 is Enola Holmes 2. I was actually a big fan of Enola Holmes, the first one.
That's actually coming out this year?
It's coming out this year. Yeah.
Oh man, that might bump Mario off my list.
unless they change it, but I am looking forward to that. I thought it was a really fun take on the Holmes stuff and having a jacked Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I enjoyed
It's always
that
a
so
plus.
much, yeah.
Let's see. Number 9 is Morbius. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with that. It's taken forever to come out, so it's kind of worrying. But at the same time, with the rumors being they may include some people in spider tights, or at least
Spider
one,
tights.
It could be interesting. So I guess we'll see. Although I like the combo of we need more like comic book horror stuff. So I think that combination I'm kind of excited about. Although, again, we'll see. I'm not always the biggest fan of Jared Leto in general. So I think he's overrated. Number 8, The Northman, which is Robert Eggers' Viking epic. The guy who did like The Witch and The Lighthouse. Evidently, this is the trilogy. He's got a V in front of it. But I'm really interested in seeing that with the Viking adventure type film. Number 7 is Miss Marvel.
Nice.
Wait a minute, is that a?
I thought that was Disney Plus show.
It's Disney Plus, but that's fine.
Okay, well, I didn't mean to put. I took all of my TV shows off of here because I thought we were going to do movies, but otherwise, some of these movies would have been knocked off because of TV shows. I think Miss Marvel. I think. Well, that kind of throws me off now.
Surprise! You surprised yourself.
It's just a really long movie, Christopher.
Well, do you want to?
Let me change it. I'll put Top Gun in there. How about
Top
that?
Gun. Okay, that's
We've been
fine.
waiting for Top Gun to come out. So I'm kind of
Maverick.
interested to see what they do with that, even though I'm kind of sad we won't be able to see Val Kilmer as part of that. So I'll put Top Gun. But I will give a list of some of my favorite TV things, I guess.
Yes.
Number 6 is The Flash. I think after seeing the new Spider-Man film,
it's hard not
I
to-
don't think this film is ever going to match up. But for me, the main thing I'm happy about is seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman. That's all I care about seeing in that film. So just seeing him back in that Batman outfit, I think makes me happy. So that puts it up there as just wanting to see that. So
yeah, and we found out recently it's not the last time we're going to see him as
true,
Bruce Wayne Batman again. So.
True.
It's kinda awesome.
Number 5, even though I wasn't a big fan of the second film in that series, is the Fantastic Beasts one that's coming out. I'm kind of interested in seeing where the story goes, and even though I am a big fan of Johnny Depp, I'm also a big fan of Mads Mikkelsen. So just to see him take on the villain character in that, and the trailer looks really cool and interesting. So I think just giving I can't remember his name, but giving a wand to the Muggle.
Yes.
that kind of makes me excited too. Although I saw on TikTok somebody had an interesting idea that he might have actually been helped to create or affiliated with the Hufflepuffs. But anyway, number 4, Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. Although I'm excited about it, I think the first one did so well. I'm kind of worried if they're going to be able to strike gold with the second one. So I'm a little bit wondering about it, but I'm still excited about seeing it, seeing what kind of cool things they bring to it. Let's see. Number 3 is Thor: Love and Thunder. I loved Thor Ragnarok, and with Taika Waititi talking about all the crazy stuff they're allowing him to do in that film, I'm kind of excited to see what he does with that. Number 2 is the Batman. That last trailer's made me even more excited. My only issue is I still don't like their version of the Riddler, but Riddler's like my favorite villain, Batman villain. And so, but I think with that universe, the Riddler would be sort of like a serial killer type dude. So I'm kind of, I can understand that. So I don't totally hate it, but I really want my big crazy Riddler at some point in the Batman universe. That's but not to the level of Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's horrible in that. And number 1, if it's not obvious, it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, in the Multiverse.
So that I'm really excited about because 1, we got Sam Raimi directing it, so he's going to bring the horror vibe and the coolness. And then secondly, just all the freaking rumors about stuff. If you don't want to know like all the rumors, stay off of social media, because I just heard some rumors this week I don't even want to talk about.
It blows your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if those people show up, and there was even somebody who posted like a supposedly behind the scene video on Twitter that talks about some big fight. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see, because in the same way we had a lot of fun with the recent Spider-Man film, this will be kind of interesting to see, more than just Spider-Man being pulled, people from different cinematic universes, being pulled into it. I mean, that's really exciting for me. I mean, or just to see alternate versions of characters that had more to do with casting choices initially than actually being present. Like, you know, if you've heard like the rumor about Tom Cruise
Mhm.
showing up as Iron Man because he was
Yes.
originally up for Iron Man. So those type of decisions I think are going to make for an interesting film. And I think visually, I think Sam Raimi is going to bring his A game, the best he knows, you know, with dealing like the horror crazy elements. And then at the same time, seeing all these different characters show up, I think it's going to be a fun ride. At least I hope it will be.
Yeah,
So that's my top one.
Definitely looking forward to see what Sam Raimi wants to bring to the MCU. Of course, Sam Raimi, you know, kind of started everything with Spider-Man back in what 2002, 20 years ago. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a great list. Enola Holmes 2 surprised me, and I agree with you. I'm looking forward to it as well. Knives Out 2 as well, but I don't know if that's coming out this year or next year. But
yeah, I think if there was something was more definitive, Knives Out 2 would definitely be high on my list.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
But I hadn't really heard anything specific as to if it's coming out. Although I know that he finished shooting it, so he probably can. You know, who knows? They may give us a date soon. It may just pop out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
it might
fair,
be.
to be fair, at this point, as we're recording this, it hasn't a date. It does not have a date. It may
Well,
or may
any
not
of
be
these
coming.
things could change too.
Yeah, well, that's
so-
true. Even the ones that have a date could change and have.
Was Knives Out? He signed a deal with what, Netflix
Yep,
for the
for
movies
2
to come
and
out?
3. 2 and 3.
So 2 and 3. Did he also film 2 and 3 at the same time? I thought I heard something along those lines.
No, he just shot the second one.
Okay, so that Netflix could really just pull a trailer and say coming next month. You know,
They could do it
So-
at the Super Bowl and say coming tonight at midnight.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh crap, we got to go watch it now.
Yeah. They'll market it somehow. There's a lot of other, you know, online streaming ones that could be out there as well. But Fantastic Beast is one that I'm happy to see on your list. That I am excited to see it. It didn't make my list. I'll throw that out there, but I even that it's so high. But I guess is it mostly due to Mads or is it?
No, this may be sacrilege to some people, but I think the first Fantastic Beasts is one of the best Harry Potter
films,
universe films in general. I mean, I've read all the Harry Potter books and you know, and I've loved all the films, but I don't know. I guess because that film has older, you know, I'm not a student anymore. I haven't been a student in forever, so seeing, you know, and this thing in America. And opening up this whole new world and all. I love the characters in that film. The second one, I think, it lost some of the fun of the first one. It went off a weird direction by the end of it. So the trailer to this new one looks, I don't know, it looks like it's bringing back the fun maybe a little bit. And
it looks a little bit like course correction. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the second one was kind of a misstep, at least for me. I didn't really like it as much. But the first one I love so much. I think the way I mean, even if they just stopped making films and they just made that first film, I would have been happy. But I don't know. This third one, I think it'll be interesting to see what Mads brings to it. And then I don't know. It'll be very interesting, I guess. So, but yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. That I watched that Harry Potter reunion and I cried like a baby.
Did you?
By the end of it,
I need to watch that.
It's it's a nice look back at all the films, the actors, you know, some of the behind the scenes stories behind stuff, you know, the characters, and just the friendships that those people made in the process of making it, you know. So yeah, I think there's been a lot of issues because of Johnny Depp being part of it, and then also J.K. Rowling has kind of put a damper on some of the Harry Potter stuff, which is kind of sad because I feel like a lot of these stories should stand on their own despite all the drama around it. So.
Yeah, all the canceling. I'm looking forward to it. Any comments, Slattery?
Yeah, even though it was mostly disliked by a lot of people, there were parts of the second one that I even thought were like intriguing and like well done. So if they take the good parts of the second one and take the magic of the first one, literally and figuratively, and bring it to the third one, it could be really good. And Mads, I mean, it sucks that Johnny Depp's not a part of it, especially considering everything. And he was really good in the role, even though the writing wasn't great, you know. But Mads is definitely more than capable of filling in those shoes, and I think it could be very. It's intriguing. It is intriguing, but it's. I don't know. I'm a little worried that it's going to be difficult for them to finish this supposed trilogy in just one movie, based on the poor writing choices that they made in the second one.
But weren't there
I like
plans
that.
to tell more stories than just 3?
I thought it was
supposed to.
5.
I remember reading that it was like a trilogy, like multiple, like 2 trilogies or some 2
okay.
distinct like stories that they were trying to tell. But I could be wrong, and I could be remembering something from. Oh gosh, the first one came out like 4 or 5 years ago now, right?
It feels like it. That definitely has that long ago. Especially now, the past 2 years, nothing's come out. So. All right, well, I'll jump into my top 10 most anticipated. At number 10 is Jurassic World Dominion. Unlike Christopher, I've enjoyed the Jurassic World films, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to the cast returning. Looking forward to the dinosaurs being loose, in population, and doing that, and finally doing it. Well, it feels like they're going to finally do it right. And of course, I'm always been a fan of Harryhausen films and all kinds of dinosaur films. So it just kind of wins me no matter what as far as anticipation. Now, it may not make the list at the end of the year, but it's definitely going to make the list at the beginning of the year. Number 9, surprising me because I don't think it was on the list when the first one came out, but it's Sonic 2. Sonic 1 was a huge surprise on how good it was, and it holds up. I don't know if anybody's watched it lately. It is so good and so fun, and Jim Carrey is absolutely a blast in it, and what they did with the Sonic character and the voice work and the redesign of it, that infamously, right, just really works. And having these new characters, the additional characters, not new, but the additional characters come in of Tails and Knuckles, and the classic look for Jim Carrey's character. What's his name? Slatman?
Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik.
Or Dr. Eggman, depending on which version of Sonic you're talking about.
There you go. I don't know if I ever took notice to what his name was, but yeah, just that look. At number 8 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I love the first one. I love James Wan. Excited to see where they're going to go with this. Now that they don't have to, tread water, if you will, with the with the origin story. They can get into a full story from the beginning and just have a complete film, beginning, middle, and end. Right. So, looking forward to it. Number 7 is The Flash, for very same reasons Christopher G. Moore said. Looking forward to all the crazy rumors and seeing it come out and about, and how it's going to reset the DCEU. DC, yes, right? Mm-hmm. And Michael Keaton coming back as Bruce Wayne and/or Batman. Absolutely can't wait for that. And of course, we're going to get Batfleck too. This is going to be the final appearance of him at this time. Never say never, as Sean Connery said. He's putting his cowl in the closet. And rumor is that he's gone on record. Actually, it's not a rumor, saying that this was the best time he's had playing the character. So that to me sounds promising, and I like the director. So we'll see what happens. At number 6 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. The first one was another surprise. While I was looking forward to it, I am very much more into live action than I am animated as far as what they're doing with superheroes now. But it was incredible. It was innovative, and it was incredibly emotional, and really captured a number of different Spider-Man characters. It did exactly what the title said, and it won an Academy Award for it. And of course, you're going to look forward to the sequel. Has a lot to live up to, but it also has more characters that I'm familiar with, and I'm looking forward to seeing them interpreted on the screen in this way. As far as standalone Sony Marvel films, this animated version is by far the best they have going for them. Number 5 is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is the film that may or may not come out this year. It's set to come out in November, but as we're recording this, there's reshoots and all kinds of rumored controversy with certain actors and certain things that are happening in it. But who knows what's going to happen with it? I feel confident it's going to come out this year, enough to put it at number 5. Even though we're not going to have T'Challa back, we got Ryan Coogler directing again, and he developed more than just the Black Panther character. He developed Wakanda and everything else in one window. I mean, it was a very powerful film in a lot of different ways, and he can expand on that and elevate these other characters, which were great. They were great in the first film, and I'm looking forward to seeing them in this one as well. Number 4, well, I'll just say that most of my top 10 are superhero films. Take that as what you may. But number 4 is Black Adam. I'm really looking forward to see what this is. It also has JSA characters in it, Justice Society of America, which I really like Dr. Fate and some others. And I can't wait to see what they do with this. I think The Rock was out for this role. He championed the role. He fits the role as the character in the comics, and I'm looking forward to seeing how The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Okay, we'll do that. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes, and it could set up a lot of interesting conflicts in the future of the DCEU, and I'm looking forward to it. Number 3 is The Batman. And for obvious reasons that we already talked about, I just can't wait to see this film. Matt Reeves is one of my favorite directors. I really like his style of filmmaking. The 2 Planet of the Apes films were insane. And I think he's going to nail this. The trailers have such a vibe to them and such an atmosphere. I'm eager to see what he does. I really think it's going to blow us all away. Number 2, Thor: Love and Thunder. Very much like Christopher G. Moore, just absolutely loved Thor Ragnarok. For me, of course, I'm a Hulk fan, so it was probably the best Hulk movie. And it was probably the best Thor movie at the same time. And I loved the element of humor that how you say his name, Christopher?
Taika Waititi.
Thank you. Brings to this franchise. It actually not only elevated Thor, but may have saved that character. I think Chris Hemsworth would have probably left the MCU if he didn't have such a great time with that film and changed the character so much, because they just took what happened there and they moved it into the Avengers films, and it worked out so well. And it really, it's really incredible what he's done, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And we also have some Guardians in it, and there's other things that are promised, and can't wait. Number 1, Christopher G. Moore, won't be surprised, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Very much for the same reasons. I'm very excited to see what Sam Raimi can bring. I think this is going to be a great Doctor Strange movie. I'm excited that the Scarlet Witch, Wanda, is in it, and what that is bringing, whether or not she becomes a villain or not, and what I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of groundwork for the future of Marvel in this, and I think there's going to, I think it's going to take the ball that No Way Home did, Spider-Man No Way Home, and run with it in a very, very exciting way. And of course, it's going to introduce some supernatural elements, and I'm a fan of that as well. So, how can I not put Doctor Strange at number one this year? Now it just has to live up to all my expectations. That's the scary part.
At least you have a trailer for it.
Hey, yeah, at least I have a trailer for it.
Unlike half the movies we've talked about, we don't have any trailers or anything other than a release date, which is kind of scary.
That's true. I mean, we've seen some of Jurassic World, some of Sonic. We've seen a little hint of Cross the Spider-Verse, a little hint of Flash, a little hint of Black Adam. We've seen plenty of trailers for the Batman.
Yeah, but I don't know. We haven't seen anything for Thor. We haven't seen anything for Black Panther. We've barely seen anything for Black Adam and Flash.
Yeah, just that DC Night thing that they did back in the fall, right? They showed a little more of a kind of a stinger than not even a featurette, right, about it. So enough to get the idea, I think, for both of them. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, we've seen some of the animated ones on your list, Batman. We've seen Lightyear, Turning Red, and of course, Turning Red is that the one they've already are going to make it a Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's no longer coming to theaters, probably for the same reason that Morbius has got pushed back. Right. So, which is unfortunate.
And then of course, who knows what's going to happen to Lightyear, right? So,
yeah, because I have a feeling Lightyear will bring them in buckets of money. Like a lot of people around my age who grew up with the original Toy Story movies, like they're really excited to see Lightyear. So
yeah, I'm definitely going to go see it when we're there. Christopher, our top threes are the same, so not much to talk about there. What about the other seven? What do you think?
Well, the sad part is I've never seen the original Sonic movie. I know. Can't see everything, okay? But I will say the trailer for the second one looks like so much fun that I've been meaning to go back and watch it because I'd heard so many good things about it, because I mean, a lot of people were saying, it's like one of the few like video game adaptations that really works. And I think I was like a lot of those people when they had that first version of Sonic looking all wonky.
Oh, I know.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. But yeah, I've been meaning to see it. So I definitely is one of those films I'm kind of looking forward to seeing on your list. My feelings about the Jurassic Park. That last Jurassic Park film, I think, is one of the worst in the whole franchise, in my opinion. I hated that film with a passion. I just think the ending is stupid. But I mean, it had some good ideas, but I hated it. I don't know. I feel like they're crapping all over Steven Spielberg's ideas, but I don't know. Maybe they'll.
I mean, they're originally Michael Crichton's ideas, and a lot of them are more in line with Crichton's ending than Spielberg's ending.
Well, I always thought Spielberg's version is better than Michael Crichton's, to be honest.
There you go.
I read the book. If you go back and read the book,
the book is my favorite book ever made.
The boy is the smart one, and the girl is the whiny girl.
I love that book so much.
I think they improved on the characters because it made the girl the smart one and the kid, the little boy, the little whiny one. So I think.
But then they made the lawyer terrible. He's redeemable in the book.
Well, I like him. I like him better in the movie.
Oh.
And I read the book, so I don't know. I'm not a big. I mean, I don't know. I think it's one of the things that kind of improved on elements from the book. But I know there's fans like yourself that are fans of the book, and that's fine. It's like it's like Silence of the Lambs. I think the movie's better than the book. So
I haven't read that book, so I don't have any comment on that.
But I don't know. Maybe they will surprise me with what they do in the new movie, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I have a couple of honorable mentions I'll bring up. Avatar 2.
It's finally happening.
Okay, James Cameron. I've never not liked one of his films, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Uncharted. I know you guys have just a different, looks for it, but I think it looks like fun. And I'm going to throw one. Morbius was on my list until I put Jurassic World over top of it. So just so you know that. But one I'm looking forward to, and you guys give me a hard time about, and it's earned. Is Moonfall. I'll just leave that there.
The sky is falling.
It would be more interesting if there was like an actual butt that was falling on the earth.
That's the moon. That's the moon you want.
Moonfall.
Moonfall sounds like it should be the title of like a James Bond movie.
It does. It absolutely does. Yeah.
But
it's sequel to Skyfall.
Yeah, and Moonraker. Moonraker and Skyfall had a baby, and it was Moonfall.
Yeah, and they'll be making. Moonraker, Skyraker. Yeah,
Skyraker. That
sounds even worse than
Skyraker. Sounds awesome.
I'm gonna destroy your world, Mr. Bond.
Do you guys have any honorable mentions to discuss?
Yeah. So The Flash was on my top of my list, but didn't quite make it because I don't know if you noticed there weren't a lot of DC films on mine because I love DC properties, but I have been burned too many times by DC films to be excited for them. The only reason the Batman is on my top 10 is because we have a trailer and the trailer looks very promising.
Yep.
But The Flash is, in my honorable mentions because I like the cast. I like the guy who plays Flash. I like the director. I like where it could go, but it has to stick the landing.
It does. Damn it.
Yeah. And then one more is because I've already got like 5 animated films on mine. Let's add another one. Strange World, the new Disney sci-fi movie. Animated feature.
I'll get more excited about that as we start seeing more stuff about it, but
yeah,
it kind of, I glossed over it, to be honest with you, when I was reading it, and I am looking forward to it.
I don't blame you for glossing over it because it's just honestly we know more about the Mario Brothers movie than we do this one because this one we only have two or 4 things of concept art and a date, which the date probably will get pushed back into 2023. So
I fear it might.
But it just the concept art alone just it sold me. I love the art style. I love the colors and the Disney animated features, like the main ones, have kind of been on a roll lately, and no one's really been talking about it. So
yeah. Christopher G. Moore.
Mission Impossible 7.
All right. Yeah.
If it comes out.
It will. I think it will. I think that will.
Well, we'll see. Ambulance, I'm kind of interested in.
That one looks interesting.
The concept looked interesting, so it's it's intriguing. I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan, so Operation Fortune looks a little bit fun to me. I don't know if you've seen trailers to that.
I have, yeah.
And also the weird action comedy one, The Lost City.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. Yes.
I mean, it's definitely trying to be its best, a Romancing the Stone, a version of that. It feels like it was heavily influenced by that, and I don't think it'll ever live up to that. But I think it's just nice to see Sandra Bullock back in a comedy. She's been doing all these sort of dramatic, stressful thriller type things, whether it's being, not looking and because monsters are going to kill you, or coming out of prison or whatever. So I'm kind of interested in seeing that, where you got Channing Tatum playing an idiot, like he's good at playing.
He is good at playing that.
With a nice little cameo in there they show you in the trailer. I kind of wish I hadn't seen that in the trailer.
I know. I wish they'd help.
Me too.
It would have been a nice, like, oh my God, this person showed up. So, yeah, I think that's probably some of the ones that kind of stood out that I had sort of on a list. And I, again, if I knew some more definitive about Knives Out, that would have been that would have not have been in my extra list. That would have been top 10.
Mine too, but
So-
I didn't even consider it.
Have you guys seen the one more honorable kind of honorable, or it could be dishonorable depending on your feelings?
I love that.
What, are you guys looking forward to Death on the Nile at all? Because I don't know how to feel about it, because it looks like it could be good or it could be awful.
Well, Disney didn't know what to do with it when one of your lead actors ends up being a possible cannibal. So, but they kind of hidden him a little bit in the trailer.
Yeah,
That's true.
He's
He's
not
on the
there in the
poster.
trailer is that
He's-
previous trailer.
He's in the trailer, but
So I'm intrigued because it's got a good cast in it. And after Knives Out, I'm kind of hoping that we do get more of a renaissance of these sort of like whodunit type pictures.
And it's directed by Kenneth Branagh, who,
Yep.
Decent director.
did the good
and
job on the first one
he's
too. Yeah.
got, he's got the fancy mustache. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing it. I'm not like clamoring crazily for it, but I'm interested in seeing it. I think now I'm just more like morbidly interested in seeing
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And now, who knows what's going to happen to it? It's with the current situation, whether maybe it's a good time for them to throw it out there.
Well, they just can't keep
Hulu
holding it.
exclusive.
I think some things you just got to put it out there.
Yep.
Just get rid of it, because if you keep sitting on it too long, it kind of loses any possibility of making anything. And I think with the pandemic, it's like people are waiting on stuff in general. So at least they have something, because if they get any of the other things shut down, they may have less to release.
No, less opportunity. I'll throw one out there coming out in July is Bullet Train. I'm looking forward to that. It's kind of a spy versus spy on a bullet train thing going on. So really, really good cast. That'll be fun.
That is a pretty good cast. I know absolutely nothing about that movie, but
Cast alone, right?
yeah, the cast and the little like 5-word synopsis or premise looks pretty interesting.
Well, I know there's I haven't seen anything on it, but I'm kind of interested in knowing about it. There's a movie called Argyle that's coming out that's directed by Matthew Vaughn. It's got Henry Cavill, John Cena, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, nice. That's a
Bryce
good cast.
Dallas Howard. And it's it's a spy film. So I'm kind of interested to see what that's about, because I know Henry Cavill was talking a little bit about it in the past. It's supposed to come out in 2022, but I don't know what'll happen with that. So, and Matthew Vaughn, of course, is the guy behind the Kingsman films and Kick-Ass and that kind of thing. So I love the recent Kingsman film that just came out. So The Kingman. So I'm interested to see what he does with that, especially with Henry Cavill in the cast and John Cena as well. You got these two built muscular dudes, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, he has a great cinematic style. Can't wait to see what he does.
Very much. I mean, and the Kingman has a lot of that in spades with the use of the camera and stuff. So,
well, I hope everyone has enjoyed our list. We'd love to hear what you think down below. Of course, there's a film or two we haven't mentioned or overlooked. Let us know what they are down below so people can hear about them. There are tons of TV shows this year. So much so, I think we're going to have to do an episode just on the TV shows. Don't you think?
I know. I almost had like half my list because I'm more anticipating some of the TV shows than I am some of the movies. I had to throw some of that I'm not as really excited about.
There are some great ones.
I agree.
There are some great ones out there. And so look for that in the coming weeks because it's just between Marvel and Star Wars, and there's even DC, the Lord of the Rings. There's all kinds of stuff out there. It's going to be insane.
There's one show I'm anticipating that comes out this week.
There, yeah. and there's one
Eat
that's out
peace.
right now that I'm anticipating the end of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, keep the peace. All right. Slatman, Christopher G. Moore, thank you for joining me. This was so much fun.
Oh yeah, let's. It's good to anticipate stuff, but we live in a weird world where you don't know if you should anticipate it or not.
I got it. Or
It's
how
good to talk about
long you're going to anticipate
But
it.
it's good to have hope, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
At least we have some trailers for some of this stuff so we can sit there and be like, oh, it looks so good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's keep the optimism. It will happen. We'll be okay. All right. Let's say goodnight.
Good night.